Namaskar class 9th. Let's we begin with the next techniques of separation of mixtures. So today we will study sublimation and chromatography methods. Okay. So first we will start with the sublimation technique. Sublimation is basically, first you need to see the diagram. Okay. This is the diagram showing sublimation of a mixture containing ammonium chloride and salt. Okay children, so now come to the introduction part about the technique. Sublimation is a transition of a substance directly from the solid to gas state. It is very much clear that in this case it is that state in which the particles, the solid substance, directly convert into gaseous state without coming into liquid state. Okay, so here no liquid state can be shown. These substances, which are known as sublime compounds, they directly convert from their solid state to gaseous state, right? We have many examples like camphor, naphthalene balls, right? So these types are the like ammonium chloride. So these are the substances which convert into directly from solid to their gaseous state. Now sublimation is an endothermic process. Now what is endothermic? Generally there are two types of reactions, processes takes place in chemical reaction. One is endothermic, second one is exothermic. The meaning of endo means insertion, or I can say adding of energy. Thermic means energy. Okay. So whenever in any chemical reaction energy is added to complete the whole process, whole reaction, that type of reactions are known as endothermic reactions. Whereas exothermic means in which on the completion of the reaction, chemical reaction, the heat is liberating, that is known as exothermic. So here sublimation is a endothermic process. Now it is the reverse process of deposition or desublimation. I hope you have remembered that in our first chapter I explained this thing also, where we studied the interconversion of state topic. Okay, now one thing is very important to understand again, sublimation is an endothermic process. Let's move to the next part. The term sublimation refers to a physical change of state, and it is not used to describe the transformation of a solid to gas in a chemical reaction. See children, sublimation is purely a physical method, physical change of state. Only the two compounds are going to physically separate. Okay, there will be no change in their chemical formula, chemical composition. Hence sublimation is simply by getting heat, the two components present in the mixture, they separate out. Okay, so this is not a chemical change. Chemical reaction, not a chemical reaction. Now sublimation is caused by the absorption of heat, which provides enough energy for some molecules to overcome the attractive forces of their neighbors and escape into the vapor phase. Since the process requires additional energy, hence this is endothermic change. Now what is the reason why sublimation happened and why sublimation is known as endothermic change, not exothermic? So the reason is given in this point. Because when the particles, molecule of the mixtures, they absorb the heat, their bonds break. When the bond breaks, the attractive force breaks, what will happen? They become free. They become free to move. In solid we studied the property that the particles are having very strong attractive forces. But on getting heat, more heat, their bonds, their attractive forces breaks, and hence they directly convert into the gaseous state from their solid state. And we know the property of gaseous molecules, that they are completely free, they are not having very attractive forces among themselves. Hence this is a endothermic change, and this is how the sublimation takes place. Let's see the diagram which is given in your NCERT. Here we have to take a china dish. Okay, in china dish we have to pour a mixture of ammonium chloride, that is NH4Cl, and salt. Salt can be NaCl, a table salt, common salt. Okay, so in the china dish we have to pour the mixture. They both are present in their solid state, right? Understand this, the phase is solid state. Now we have to keep one inverted funnel, right, above this china dish, and the funnel mouth has to be closed with cotton plug. Okay, so that the gas, the other another phase on the separation of this process, it will not escape out in the environment. Now on giving heat with the help of a lamp or a burner, Bunsen burner, we will found after some time the whole mixture, from this mixture only one compound which is volatile in nature and known as sublime compound, which is ammonium chloride, is going to form its vapor and start to deposit at the corner of the inverted funnel. Okay, but the another component of the mixture, which is salt, it is a non-volatile substance or non-sublimable compound. It will remain in the china dish. In general, I can say that this process is helpful in removing or separating the impurities from the mixture. So here the impurity is NaCl, which is salt in ammonium chloride. So our pure compound is ammonium chloride, not the salt. Salt we have to separate out from this ammonium chloride, and through this process only we can separate them. This is known as sublimation, because ammonium chloride is a sublime compound. It will form its vapor, and hence this deposited material we can take out. So this is a actual pure ammonium chloride, and previously it was a mixture of ammonium chloride and salt. Hence this is all about the sublimation. So the steps are given and I explained already. So the result is impurities, which is salt, can be separated. Now come to the next technique, children. This is chromatography technique. Chromatography technique is a very important and interesting technique, and it is not only performed by one thing. It has different types of chromatography techniques, processes, I can say, like paper chromatography, okay, tile using silica chromatography. There are different types of Coulomb chromatography. There are different types of chromatography techniques are present. This is a very important in generally labs and all, to take out, to separate the blood components, to test the impurities in the water, and in such type of pharmaceutical companies it is very much usable. Okay, let's begin. The introduction is, first of all you need to understand the meaning of chroma. Chroma means color, okay. Graphy means a process. So understand, children, in this term only the meaning is given. Chroma means color, graphy means technique. Through the separation technique, we can separate the different color components present in a mixture, is known as chromatography, in simple words. Now it is a laboratory technique for separating a colored compound from mixtures or solute or from the solvent. The mixture dissolved in a fluid, and which is called mobile phase, which carries it through the structure holding another material called stationary phase. So here two types of phases are present. One is mobile, another one is stationary. Mobile phase, it means the molecule get the energy and they start to move on a paper, whereas stationary phase, the particles remains static, they are not going to move. Next, the various constituents of a mixture travel at this different speeds, causing them to separate. What happens, children? Generally what in this technique now, in a mixture different types of compounds are present, and all these compounds are varying in their constituents, in their properties. Particles are very different from each other. Hence when they start to come into a mobile phase, they start to separate or start moving or start traveling at different speeds, because they have different properties, right? So through this process we can get some color bands on the paper and we can separate them out. Now you can see the diagram in your textbook. This is given. We have to take a strip of filter paper. Generally for chromatography method, in labs we use chromatography paper, which is very costly and very nice paper. It is very thick, okay, and costly as well. But in here we are taking simple strip of filter paper. Now we have to draw a line with a pencil, okay, and a spot of ink has to be put a small spot of ink. Now put this paper, filter paper, in a glass jar which is filled with water. So only the only the edge of this paper has to be touched to the water, not the dot. Okay. Now what happened after some time? After some time, when the water reaches to the, or absorbed by the paper and reaches to the ink, which is dissolved, which is soluble in water, it will, the components of the ink start to flow in upward direction on the paper with the help of this water. Means the ink particles start to move upward direction. So different bands will come. So simply, chromatography is a technique used to separation of those solute that dissolve in the same solvent. First thing. Second, for this the steps are given, and I hope this is clear. So you need to see what is the observation. The colored component that is more soluble in water rises faster because they are having more speed. In this way colors get separated. What is the application? To separate the colors in a dye, pigments from the natural colors, and drugs from blood. Okay, so this is all about this chromatography technique. I hope both the techniques are clear to you with the help of this PPT. Thank you so much. Bye bye.